Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Coach
Oh,
Quill podcast, episode 7. We got special guest today, my guy, Malik
going
Curry,
on?
man. What's good?
Not much, man. Living, man. Grind every day. How you been?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling, bro. We gonna dive right into it today. Before we do got a short commercial for you. If you're ever in Delaware, Philly, Jersey, please hit up my guy, Cuts by Eb the barber. He's one of the hottest barbers around. He does travel cuts, and he's located at 4th East 7th Street in Wilmington, Delaware. And his phone number is 302-290-3700. His Instagram is at Eben Jr. Yeah, we got to pay them bills. My fault, bro. We had to start it off right. So let's jump right into it though. What age did you start basketball? When did you start playing the game? And when did you start taking it serious?
I probably started hooping around like 4 or 5. Um, I started taking it serious in high school, but like
Mm,
I didn't know where basketball could take me at the time. So when I was at St. E's,
right.
uh, yeah, I started playing basketball around like 4 though. No, I was playing soccer at first though. Soccer,
Okay.
football, and then basketball was the last sport I picked up.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
what middle school did you go to?
I went to St. Peter's over West Side Wilmington,
Mm,
elementary school, and then middle school. My seventh, eighth grade year, I went to Gunner Bedford near Middletown,
right.
and yeah,
Was it anybody that played with you, and did you play on the basketball team for them school?
yeah, I played St. Peter's with Jordan Money.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've been at it since I can remember.
Right. Right.
Um, yeah, Jordan Money. That's probably one. Brian Miles. Uh,
B
yeah,
Miles.
yeah.
Right, right. Shout out to Jordan Money and B Miles. We got definitely got to get them on the show. Now for high school, you started out at St. E's. What made you choose St. E's?
Jordan Money. we was boys. That's my boy. So we came up. He was at St. Peter still. He stayed there
Mm,
when I left. So
hmm.
we was like, damn, bro, we gotta get back together. We got hoop again. Uh, I'm going to St. E's. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna see if I can go to St. E's. Got in. My sister went there, matter of fact. So it was already like everything was, they knew my whole family. So
Right,
it was easy to get into there. I ain't had the best grade, so I don't really know how I got in there, but
right.
I got in there and then took it from there.
Now, was it before high school or after you started high school? Because I know you had a tragic event happen to you. You lost your father. How old was you when that happened, and how did that affect you?
I was 13. It happened in going into my eighth grade year, middle
Mm,
school. It definitely affected me. Man, that trauma still stick with me till this day. Like it's a pain that will never
right,
go away.
right,
It was something that I was so young, so I didn't know how to like control my emotions. I would say.
right.
So like I was getting into stuff that I wasn't supposed to get into. Like just my thoughts were just all over the place when I was that young. So I couldn't really control myself. I'm looking for my brothers and sisters, trying to help me out. Mind you, they going through their own thing. So my
Right.
mom going through something. It's like everybody going through something. So we really wasn't there for each other like that. So as we got older, everything started to get more, better, I could say.
Was you like aware of how like a dangerous environment Wilmington was when you was that young, or you don't realize it now till
Nah,
you
that's what I'm
older?
saying. When I was that young, it was great. I'm riding the bikes around the city. Like
Right, right, right,
my mom, she running, we riding the bikes. Like everything was cool. Nothing bad was going on like that. That I was so young, so I didn't even think nothing bad could happen at that age. But yeah, that was definitely something that when I was 13, I was definitely aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the city every day. Like so, I was definitely aware about it. But you know, stuff happens.
right. So you go to high school to St. E's, and as a freshman, you Jordan Money, Chris Cropper,
Mhm.
and you had Big Mike,
Mhm.
and y'all had Elijah Dockery who transferred from Sanford to y'all school. Like,
Yeah.
talk about that year and the talent that y'all had. and potentially.
We was definitely talented, but when we came to school, everybody knew money was the man. Like
Right,
it was his school off rip. I'm cool with that. Like I ain't had no problem with that.
right.
Uh, as we started practicing and stuff, they was about to put me on JV. You feel me?
Oh man, I ain't know that.
Yeah, like they was about to put me on JV first. We had the AI DuPont Classic.
Right, right, right.
So
Yep.
boom, we go there. I ain't get in the game. I'm like, what's
Mm.
going on? So coach, after the game, he tell us. Matter of fact, after the tournament, he tell us he like, this person gonna be on varsity. This person gonna be on JV. Da, da, da. He's like, Malik, you gonna be half and half. You gonna be on varsity JV. What? I'm heartbroken. I'm telling my mom like, yo, mom. I'm like, yo, mom, I'm out of here. They sleep. I don't know what's going on. He
Right.
talking about JV. Like, mind you, I don't remember if he won those games. I don't remember what happened in those games. But I'm like, they need me anyway. I'm like, they need me. Like, so yeah, that was a crazy experience. Something I'll never forget. Coach Radio. Yeah,
Now, did y'all go to the Bob your freshman year or your sophomore year?
it was sophomore year.
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
So, I remember like y'all was like you said, Jordan had a lot of buzz coming in, and people forget how good Jordan is.
Mhm.
He real low key with his, but like he really is talented. He still is talented, but they forget like what was your mindset to keep you at St. E's and to actually make an impact on varsity, late in your freshman year and your sophomore year.
Um, just being around the same people I was around since elementary school and middle school, they definitely helped me. So I'm just talking to them every day, like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, what the coach don't see that everybody else see? I'm hooping in practice, you mind
Right.
you, I'm hooping. Like, I'm like, what he don't see in me? Like, what's going on? And they just like, Lee, stay. Like, your time is coming. Your time is coming. Money telling me that he hooping. He out there hooping. I'm supporting him. You feel me? Keep
Right.
hooping, bro. Um, and then one game, someone gets hurt. I think someone get hurt. And my time came. He put me in the game against Sally's.
Mm.
That was a big game.
Mm.
Why? That was a big game. Sold out
Dante was
game.
there.
Yeah, it was all black too in her gym. So like somebody got hurt. He put me in. I scored like 7 points straight.
Is that the game where you got the dunk and then you got to
Nah, that
steal?
wasn't the game.
Oh, all
Nah,
right,
nah,
all
oh nah.
right. That was probably one of the best sequences I ever seen that you had where you got
Yeah,
that dunk and then you got to steal and then you got another dunk and like St. Eves was going crazy.
yeah,
But
facts.
I remember your sophomore year, it was like y'all was right there. You know what I mean? Everybody know
Mhm,
Chris Cropper could play, but he was a football player. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Everybody know he was going to college for football. But
mhm,
like y'all was right there with Big Mike, and it
mhm.
was you and you finally established yourself as that second star on St. Eves, and y'all was right. I believe y'all lost to Concord at the Bob.
Nah, we lost to Sally's,
Y'all lost to
but
Sally's.
I can't remember. I might be lying. It might have been my freshman year. I
I,
can't remember though.
I definitely remember y'all played Concord when they had JoJo Cooper and the big boy that I played with we all won a little bit. What's it? Stretch. Uh
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even remember that. I'm getting
yeah,
old.
I was there. I was there. But y'all, I think that was the because that's when they had the Elite Eight at the Bob still. So y'all probably played them and then y'all played Sally's and lost in the
Okay.
Final Four. So that's
Right,
what I'm
right,
thinking.
right, right, right.
Y'all played Sally's in the Final Four before Dante. I think that was his second chip. That was his second chip. But talk about what it was like that experience playing at the Bob, being that close.
It was great. It was crazy because in the beginning of that game, the coach put me on Brian
O'Neal.
Brian what's it? O'Neal.
Oh man,
Look,
that's 6'5".
yo, this
Yeah.
is bringing back so many memories right now. Like
Oh man,
put me on Brian O'Neal in the start of the game at the Bob.
what you
Just
was
imagine
fronting them
that.
or something, or and
Bro,
Chris was
I'm
coming
fronting him.
behind him?
I was fronting him. I was fronting him. And it was working though. That's the thing. It was working the whole first half.
Oh,
Everybody like, who is this kid guarding Brian O'Neal? Like,
right, right, right,
and he wasn't. He probably had like 6 points, if that.
right.
and it was crazy because I wasn't even expecting that. So it was right before the game. He told me that
Mm.
matchups. He wrote down the matchups. I'm like, yo, coach, like you made a mistake on the board. Like, I'm like, you made a mistake. He's like, nah, I want you to stick him. I believe you could do something with him. Like, cause mind you, he was killing the state. So
Right.
somebody had to do something. It was him and Dante, the best duo on the state at the time. So
Right.
yeah, it was a good experience though for sure.
Now, after that loss, that was your last time playing at St. E's and your last, official high school, game in Delaware. Did you
Hmm.
ever think that, or was it
No,
something that just
never.
happened?
It was something that just happened.
And what made you go to? I believe that next year you went to API for your junior year. What made
Hmm.
you leave St. E's to go to API?
In the beginning of my junior year, I was in class. Me and Money, we playing games on the iPad.
Right, right,
We had
right,
iPad that same.
right,
And my Coach James, he calls me. Uh, he telling me that him, Nasir Brooks, and Stevie Jordan, they going to Texas to play high school basketball on elite schedule, national schedule, all that. Trayvon Duval too. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna let my mom know what she think about that. Uh, she wasn't really going for it. She like, why would you do that? You can make a name here in Delaware. You can play here.
right,
Uh, all that. Coach James calls my mom, and I guess he just talks her into it,
right.
And then I fly out. I fly out like the next day.
Mm,
Like it was a decision that happened like that. I fly out the next day just to go take a look. I had my bags packed for staying. I was excited to even go.
right.
So I get to Texas. Uh, they show me the school, the basketball. They telling me how it's gonna go, whatever, whatever. I tell mom, I'm like, mom, I'm staying. Transfer me out. Call St. E's tomorrow. Tell them I'm out of here. Like
Right.
she was like, she was like, I don't know. Da, 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 da. I'm like, mom, I'm staying. Like I had the room. Coach James, he had the loft already. The loft downtown Dallas.
Mm,
Already had the room in the back. I'm cool. I'm like, mom, I'm good. I'm staying here. Like this is where I really feel like I could, make a name for myself. Delaware basketball, that's always home, but I got a national schedule. I'm playing with the top players in the country at the time, so it's like I might as well stay, get better, perfect my craft.
right. And you said a couple names. So that team it had Trayvon Duvall, Duke, Stevie Jordan, Ryder, Terrence Ferguson, who ended up being in the NBA, played for Oklahoma City
Hmm.
Thunder now, Nasir Brooks, University of Cincinnati in Miami. Who else I'm missing? Who else was on there?
Mark Vital went to Baylor. He's still at Baylor.
Uh,
Billy Preston, he's in the G League right now.
and he went to Oak
Uh,
Hill and then
yeah.
G League. Like,
Who else am I missing?
what was that year like? Because you was like the up and coming young boy, and it was like
Hmm.
what I mean, the names that was already there. But like you went viral a couple of times too with some crazy ball as life dunks.
Yeah.
Talk about that year at API and what was it like? I know the practices was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm sticking Trey. You know what I'm saying? Me and Trey
Right.
going at it every day in practice. So, uh, my in the beginning it wasn't real to me. Like it was like I'm here now. I'm here with the best players in the country. I was just with the best players in Delaware, and I was the best players in the country. They
Mm,
five-star recruits and all that. So I get there. I'm not even playing the same. I'm looking weak out there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
right.
I'm looking weak out there. I'm like, man, do I even belong here? First couple games, probably like the first 5 games, I ain't even touched the floor.
Mm,
I told Trayvon Duval pops, yeah, Coach James, I'm like, I gotta get in the gym, I gotta get better. Like we working. After that, we worked every day, for like a month, getting right. Probably about the seventh, eighth game, I got it, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm ready to go.
shit.
It was so many people that he played against, and I'm getting in the game. I'm hooping against them. So I was like, my confidence was just out the roof. Towards the end of the season, I got hurt though. When I was playing my best basketball, right after one of them dunks went viral, I broke my ankle in 2 spots. I had to fly back to Delaware, get the X-rays, and all that. They said I broke my ankle 2 spots, and I broke my thumb. So I was
Right.
really like out for a minute. Yeah.
What would your advice be for any players that's coming from Delaware now and debating on, staying in Delaware for high school, or, that got that talent to leave and play elsewhere against better competition? What would your advice be towards them?
Follow your gut.
Or
Follow. Uh, Look into the situation. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like if it's best for you. Some coaches will tell you, come to the school. We got all this playing time for you. You go there, and now your whole future is messed up because the coach ain't play you. You have no film. You
right,
know, when you could have been in Delaware hooping, playing AAU, getting your name out there. So it's all about the right fit.
right,
And you can't let coaches, you know what I'm saying, tell you one thing. You just got to go with your gut, whatever situation you think best for you.
right. Because every
Yeah.
situation, like you said, is different. Because you got people like, Dante, who stayed all 4 years. You got people like Mikey. You got people like, now Jair, who stayed all
Hmm.
4 years and had success, and then you got people that like you, Eric, Trayvon Duvall, who stepped away. So I think you're right. You got to go where you got to follow your gut and go wherever that fits you. You know.
Hmm.
Um, Now after API, you decided to leave to go to another school, Putnam Science, and I think that's in what, Connecticut,
Hmm.
with your childhood friend Eric Ayala. Talk about that and why'd you chose to go there.
So after API, was at API. I went back to API, but it was a whole bunch of situations that was happening at API
Right,
where
right,
like they weren't counting our credits or school credits. They say we wasn't doing no schoolwork. Um, it was just a mess back at the school. I went back, and it wasn't the same. We didn't have a national schedule. We ended up having a local schedule, and I was playing. I was playing like what's it called before the season start? Like you know what I'm
uh,
saying? We was playing at the
pre-
40
preseason,
Boys and Girls Club.
fall
Yeah,
league, fall
preseason
league.
basically. Fall league, right? I'm hooping. I'm like, nah, that's not it. That's not it. And it's crazy because right when I was about to leave, like I was like, where I'm gonna go? EA hit me up. I'm gonna do the little declare he's going to the NBA or something. He just leaves the school.
Right,
I'm like, word, like that's crazy. That's tough though. He like we need somebody to we need somebody that could hoop. He called me. I'm like, bet. I called Coach James. Called my mom. Like I might gotta leave this school. That's not the best situation for me. It's another school in Connecticut. EA just told me about. They look into it. The head coach called me the next day. We talking how it's gonna benefit me or whatever.
mhm.
I fly out the next day.
Right, right,
I'm moving. I fly out the next day. I'm
right,
like, man, I gotta get to it. I get there. I move in. The next day we had practice. And I hooped at that practice. They like, oh yeah, he could hoop. And then we go to our first game, the Hoop Hall Classic. I think EA got MVP for that joint.
right,
And I ain't get in, but I ain't know none of the plays or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I expected that. Like I ain't know nothing. And then throughout the next games or the next 3 games, I'm in a rotation. I'm like 7th, 8th man. So it was a perfect decision for me once again.
right. So after Putnam, you had to go a different route. But before we get into that, um, you actually had a crazy AAU career. Talk about We Are One in your last year. After they won the championship with Trey and everybody, y'all guys won it back to back when it was your turn to play on that older team, the 17s team, and you guys are the first one in UAA history to repeat as champs. Talk about your We Are One experience.
My We Are One experience was great. It was I played 15s, and then I was in Texas, so I played with 16U in Texas called Beast Mode. We was on the same circuit.
Okay.
So Yeah, I was in Texas, and Coach James, we are winning all that. So I'm talking to him like, "How y'all looking?" So I'm playing with them throughout the second tournament. The head coach on my team for Beast Mode kicks me off the team mid game AAU game. I gotta put that out there. I gotta put that out there for the kids or whoever watching this. He kicks me off. I was supposed to get an offer right after that game. I was supposed to get my first offer from school. Man. It was a low major school, but first offer is first offer. Like
Right.
he kicks me off, boom, offer goes away. It was bad. I was sick. I come back to we are
Wow.
one. Man, I don't know
Well, why
what
did he
coach
say he
would kick
kicked
you
you
off in the
off?
middle of a game. In the middle of the game.
Did y'all have an argument, or he just wasn't?
No, it was already tension. You feel me? It was already tension. But I went to go get something to drink, and he thought I was like grabbing my bag to leave or something. He like, nah, you grab your bag, go ahead and leave. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm grabbing something to drink. I just came out the game. He's like, no, he's like, nah, you gotta go. I'm like, all right, bet. Next tournament I'm playing with, we are one 17 B team.
Right.
So I couldn't get on the main team. They stacked already. So I'm hooping with them. Uh, we actually did good, 17B. Then next year I'm on 17 main team. Um, it was ups and downs at first. They didn't know whether I was a point guard or just a natural scorer or whatever. I'm like, that's fine. And then the last two sessions that we had, I was the point guard. I'm making everybody look better. We was hooping as a team. And we just had the chemistry already because we all played together. So it was great. It was a great experience.
And who was on that team? It was you, Isaiah Wong, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Um, Tyrese Martin.
Mm.
Um, man, there was so many people. Man, there's a lot of people. I can't remember everybody's name right now.
Now, did you have any? Did you get any offers through that time during the circuit when you came back to We Are One and y'all won a championship?
Yep, I got my first offer after we played Florida Vipers
Mm-hmm.
when they had Anthony Simmons.
Mm.
Yeah, I got my first offer from James Madison University.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
now after your We Are One and your last year playing AAU and at Putnam, you had to go a different route than most people. But it's not an unfamiliar route. You went to junior college at Palm Beach State.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. Why you had to go there, and why JUCO players are a little bit different than your average recruit. Why they got the term JUCO product.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that definition comes from?
Okay, so basically, I got my waivers from API and I got my
Mm,
waivers from Putnam Science Academy. I
mm,
didn't get my waivers from St. E's. They denied my waivers. That's the only reason I didn't go D1. See, they wasn't playing for it. I left the school and they mad at me. They denied my waivers. So I was hurt about that. I go to JUCO. Um, it was great. It was great for me because at first, I was mad. Like any other kid, I had the chance to go D1. I had D1 offers. I got to go JUCO for 2 years. Heartbreak. You feel like, dang, like ain't nothing going my way. I'm mind you, I'm transferring. I'm transferring. Now I got to go JUCO after I
right,
just got an offer. I'm hyped as hell about the offer. Got to go
right,
JUCO. So I go to JUCO and I'm finding out it's some hoopers in JUCO. Like it's some high major hoopers. Like I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about junior college before. So I'm like, man, like I gotta really lock in here too, because it's not gonna be sweet. It's not gonna be no walk in the park.
right.
And mind you, I really think they play harder than some D1 teams, in my opinion. So I'm hooping there. It was a good experience though. It was a good experience. My freshman year though, I went eligible.
Mm.
I went eligible halfway through the year.
Oh man.
Man, this is a crazy story. Like crazy. I went eligible at a junior college. You know how bad that sounds?
Yeah, yeah, it do sound
So
bad.
that sounds terrible. I'm not on my stuff like how I'm supposed to be. Like so I'm getting calls, Ole Miss calling me, Oklahoma State calling me. Man, this is after I go eligible. So I go to this camp, All American camp, after my freshman year. I didn't hoop. I didn't play like a real game since my last game in like December because I wasn't eligible for the second half. So I go
Right.
to camp and I'm out there looking bad. Mind you, I'm working on this stuff every day. I'm working out, ball handling, everyday lifting.
Right.
But when somebody that's been hooping the whole season, then they turn around and go to a camp, they look great. I ain't hooped the whole second half of the season. I'm not really playing against like nobody crazy. This is the best player in JUCO. So I go out there, I'm looking okay, but I'm not looking like the Malik Curry that they hearing about this, that, the third.
Right.
They ain't even throw me the O. Ole Miss, Oklahoma State, they didn't even throw me the O. They
Right.
ignore me. So I had to go back to my sophomore year at junior college, and I turned it around. I got back on my stuff. But JUCO products are different because like it's nothing is given to you. Mind you taking bus to long 8 hour games, like they like 8 hours away taking bus. There's
Mm.
no plans. You not eating good. Like you probably gotta buy your own food. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably gotta buy your own food. Like,
Yeah.
but luckily my junior college wasn't like that though. It wasn't like that at
Right.
all.
Right.
Yeah, but we had food. It probably wasn't the best food, but we had food now.
Right. Right. Yeah. Junior
Yeah, so
college
like
is definitely different. You don't get some don't even have dorms. You know what I mean?
exactly. I had a house. I was blessed. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
Right. Everybody's situation different, but it's
mm-hmm.
like, and then when them JUCO guards get that turn, or JUCO players in general, it's like, yo, they hungry. They hungry
Right,
because they know
right,
what it's like on that other side, especially if you was
exactly.
highly recruited in high school, but you have to go JUCO for your grades or whatever reason. It's like, yo, I gotta get back to where I was because I know how they
It
was
humble
treating
you.
me
It
on
humble you
the
like that,
right,
man.
right. So what would your advice be to anybody who's at JUCO now and is planning on going to a 4 year school afterwards, and how to handle that transition? Because in some situations you have to graduate. Did you graduate from your JUCO?
Yup, I graduated like in the summer though. I had to finish a math class in the summer to get eligible to become an older man. So yeah.
Right. So talk about that. How is it hard to to graduate out of JUCO and stay on top of your grades, and you know what I mean, transition to a 4 year school? How hard is that?
Um, luckily I had a great coach. You know what I'm saying? So he was on track of all my credits that I needed. Some JUCOs aren't like that. You might have to do it all yourself. You might not have no study halls. You might
Right.
not have none of that. So you really got to pay attention to what you need to get to where you want to go. Um, it wasn't that hard. I just had to take an extra math class because I failed one my freshman year. So I had to just take an extra one in summer. I had to take two actually in the summer. But um, you just got to stay on top of your schoolwork when you at a junior college for sure, so you could get to where you want to go.
And talk about, I know it was like, I believe Sonny went to one of your games, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like nobody there. It's like you be in the middle
Right,
of nowhere. Like it's like,
right,
yo, it's like a team versus a team. It's like them early AAU tournaments in the morning, like
right.
type vibes. Like talk about how that can, like, especially if you coming from a high school that y'all are, you know what I mean, y'all are real popular and stuff like that. Talk about
Yeah.
how that can affect you and what your mentality got to be like to perform. Because some people, they only can perform under that when them lights
Right,
bright, but you gotta be
right,
able to bring it, even if it's like 10 people in the gym.
for sure. Man, you coming to a game, you like where everybody at? You don't got no energy. you like where everybody at? Like they coming in slow. They coming in slow. It's not that many people, but if you a hooper, you gonna hoop wherever you're at. I don't care what nobody say.
Right,
You a hooper, you gonna hoop. You definitely gonna perform. You gonna want to play basketball. If you love basketball, you gonna want to play. And it's
right,
competition. It's people that's hungry as you out there, and they not gonna take it light on you just because it ain't no fans there. You gotta hoop. So, but the thing is, for me, now that this COVID happened and we back to no fans, it's like let's play ball for real because I'm back in my environment. I already
mm,
been here, like you know what I'm
mm.
saying,
I ain't even
let's
think of
hoop.
it like that. I ain't even thinking like that.
Exactly. Some people man, they never experienced that, so I don't know how they
Right.
gonna perform now.
Right. And then like especially with JUCO and some in prep schools, some prep schools too. Like me and EA was talking about it when I interviewed him. Like we won't even be knowing, like, especially like your hometown fan base, that your group of followers that keep up. They don't know when you play. They don't know your box scores. They don't even, you don't get no like, yo, you had a good game. Like
Right,
it's no kind of love like that. While
right,
you at these schools, whereas when you at
yeah,
St. E's, you got your whole family there, and everybody
right,
telling you in school next day, yo, good game, dog, good game.
yeah,
It's no love out there in that prep school JUCO.
yeah,
Wait,
man, man, it was like it. It hurt me sometimes because my mom showing what's going on. Like, mind you, it's at times I'm deleting my Instagram. I don't want to talk to nobody because I'm like, all right, ain't nobody support me right now. So don't, I'm all of my feelings all sensitive about the situation. But at the end of the day, that's the situation I put myself in. So I can't be mad at nobody but myself.
right.
I'm older now, so I realize that now. But at the time, I'm like, damn, where the love at? Like, I ain't realized that at the time. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's just a different vibe, and you gotta understand, like, everybody mainly is from where you're from. But so if you're not playing where everybody's at, they're not gonna know. They're not gonna know you
Mhm.
just scored 30 in
Mhm.
a JUCO game. It's like,
Right.
unless you post it, you feel me? If you post it,
Exactly.
then somebody know. But it's like, other than that, how are they gonna know?
And then mind you, you posted, they like, all right, okay, you had 40. You and Juco, like that, that's how they feel.
Right,
You had 40. The comment
right,
not like that. Like, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, it's
Especially if they see
crazy.
a video and it's only like 10 people in there, like
Exactly.
who is you playing, yo? It's like, oh, who's
Yo,
you playing?
facts.
But it's it's crazy to hear how players go from prep school to JUCO, and what the vibe is like, and like you just really got locked in. It's really you versus
Mhm.
you. It's really like a
Exactly.
mental toughness type thing. That's why they come out with that term JUCO product. And some coaches actually prefer JUCO players because they come out ready,
Hmm.
because they've been in those environments, been in those situations, played against and you're like older already. So it's like you don't got
Yeah.
coaches don't got to wait for you to mature.
Hmm.
So after Palm Beach State, you decide to go to ODU in Virginia. Was there any other schools that you were considering, or was that your only choice?
Nah, I had a whole bunch of offers coming out of JUCO, but my top two was Arkansas State and
Mm-hmm.
Old Dominion because Arkansas State, the love was crazy for my freshman year. The
Mm-hmm.
love was crazy. That's probably the most love I got from any school throughout my whole recruitment process. Shout out to them guys, because I told them I was gonna take a visit there, but I went to Old Dominion and they committed on the spot. So it was like, dang, like
Right.
I felt kind of grimy for that, but um, yeah, those are my top two schools. Yeah,
So what made you choose ODU? Because it was closer to home, or
yeah, that's exactly why.
okay. So your freshman year, well, this is your junior year now. Well, this was your junior year when you started going to ODU.
Hmm.
You come in, you starting right away, you end up leading the team in scoring, in assists. What was that your freshman year at ODU like? Or your junior year, your first year at ODU, but your junior year on the court.
It was an experience I'll never forget. Just coming into a D1
Mm-hmm.
and what they said to me when I came to the school and what really happened. But it was kind of my fault because I came there, I was hurt. I had a sprained ankle, so I wasn't really at my best. But only the head coach knew that. So my teammates didn't know that. Uh, the other coaches didn't even know that. I was talking to them today about it. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, y'all counting me out. I was like, look, I just be playing because I don't really care about it no more. Like, I'd be laughing about it. But I was like, y'all counting me out in the beginning. Because the way that they was recruiting me and then the way I started playing at the school, when I first got there, they were like, had me on a leash, like completely.
Right.
Like make the right pass every time. Like if you shoot it and you miss, like he'd take me out of the game. Like so, and mind you, I just found out that my Malachi mom was pregnant at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a lot going on my mind. The coach, he's not keeping up with his word. I'm going to do stuff off the court. So it's kind of like my head was all over the place in the beginning. So I was going through a lot in the beginning at Old Dominion. And then throughout the season, a couple people transferred. You know, God working mysterious ways. Like a couple people transferred. My time came. As soon as they transferred first game, I'm hooping. Like, and then conference play, I'm playing 40 minutes a game. So it was like, man, everything happened for a reason.
Now, it was almost like you was at prep school all again, but then you've been in those situations again. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you are a junior, so you know how to handle adversity, and you fought through it. Now
Yeah.
you talked about it a little bit. You you said your son was, well, your son's mom was pregnant at the time. How did that impact, you being that you're a basketball player so young, knowing that you had a son on the way, a child on the way while playing basketball, like still in school?
Yeah, I was going through it. I was going through it, but I was kind of happy because I'm like, man, I got a chance to be a dad. Like I don't even got a dad. I ain't have a dad for a long time. Like I wouldn't mind being a dad, but at the same time, like, am I gonna be able to give him everything he needs and everything he wants and make sure he has a comfortable life? So I was kind of like debating with myself every day about it, literally every day. But it was nothing I could do at the time because she wanted to keep it. My mom like, yeah, let's keep it. Da, 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 da. I'm keeping it. That's what it is. Like, I'm not really with abortion anyway. So I'm like, yeah, we can have him.
Right.
And it just makes you want to go 10 times harder now. Like, you got a why. If you ain't have a why, you definitely got a why now because you gotta put food in his mouth at the end of the day. So
Right.
yeah.
Now, last year you had a game that I was really supposed to go to, but I got caught up. It was a late night game, but y'all played against another Delaware native that you knew growing up, Nyshawn Bones Holland, who I had on the show a couple episodes ago. Talk about that game for me, and what was it like playing against like somebody that you seen literally grow up, where we all battled at AJ English camp together, and it was
Right.
like y'all was like, I remember y'all as jits, and it's like, yo,
Right. We
we on
still got the
this.
pick. You gotta
Yeah,
post that pick.
yeah, for
Right.
sure, for sure. But it was like, yo, y'all, what was it feeling like? Yo, y'all both from Wilmington, making it to the highest
Uh,
level of basketball before the NBA, and what was that feeling like playing against him?
it was a great feeling, man. I'm in the game. We talking crazy to each other.
Right, right,
We talking crazy to each other,
right,
but it's all love though. At the end of the day, he know that. Off the court, it's all love. But on the
right,
court, we at each other next.
right.
He come off the bench. He hit a three in my face. Started talking to me. I come there get
Mm,
yo. I love games like that, man. I love it.
right.
Yeah, it was a great experience though.
And so after your junior year it was cut short due to COVID, and we'll talk about that and what was and how it affected your teammate, not only you but your teammates, and how basketball is going to go this upcoming season for your senior year.
Um, when that happened, we were already in Dallas, Texas, but they was talking about it. They was talking about a whole bunch of situations that could have happened. So our coach like don't really pay attention to social media and stuff.
Hmm.
But we played FAU. First game we lost, so we was already out. The season was already done. So the next day they tell us they canceling the tournament and everybody got to go back home. So we like, wow, like some teams didn't even play. They came there for nothing.
Right.
So our coach telling us, nah, like everything's gonna be fine. It's just coronavirus is coming around. It should be going soon. Everybody thinking it's gonna be going soon. This, that, the third. We go back home. We go back to school. They sent everybody back home from school. So we
Mm.
go back. The dorms is empty. We like, yo, this is crazy. Like this is real life now. Like
Right.
we all get sent back to the crib for like a month or two. But I was fine with that because my son was being born. I could have stayed with him for an extra 2 months.
Right.
So I was cool with it. But this upcoming season though, now that Corona, is still here, and now that we might not have, we our limit is like 1,000 people in the
Mm.
gym this year. So I mean, it's affecting us, but we got to hoop at the end of the day. This is kind of our job. This is our job. So it's like
Right.
you got to make the best out of any situation you get put into.
Right. Now, as you approach your senior year, I know you probably had goals and things to accomplish, but like after basketball, what do you set out to plan to set out to accomplish in life, especially being that you're a dad now. Um,
Yeah.
so what are your goals after basketball?
My goal is after basketball to open up a restaurant or a bar or something like that. Invest in some property.
Right.
Uh, and just develop my son or whatever. He's definitely playing the sport, no doubt. So
Okay, you one of
you better
them
get that in
dads.
his head now.
Right,
Yeah, he's
right,
definitely playing
right,
the
right.
sport.
Okay.
So whatever sport he wants to take serious, like I'm gonna let him take serious. Whatever sport he like the best, and I'm just always be there for him, and just make sure I raise him right.
Right. All right. Well, the last segment of our show is our Coach Quill top 10 questions. We just gonna go through them for him. So, what's your career high? And this could be your career high in high school, AU, or college. What's your career high?
102 games for Delaware Titans.
You
And
had a
back to back game, I had 50.
oh yeah, 50. I was gonna say 102. I'm like, whoa, what the
Nah, 102,
and two
102 games. I mean, yeah,
100
102 games. Yeah, 50 games.
102
Yeah.
games. I'm like, hold on. I ain't hear about that. Um,
Yeah. That's
Delaware
insane.
Titans. Delaware. Who was on the Delaware Titans? That's Coach Rod team.
It was me. Ev.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a whole bunch of like people like going and off. Coach Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Coach Kev, my baby.
Oh man.
Yeah, I went to the tournament with them. Got right
So you have 50 back-to-back games.
back to back games.
So what's your favorite hoop sneaker?
Um, Kyrie's.
Kyrie's. That's definitely
Yeah.
one of my top. After Kobe's, I like Kyrie's. What's your favorite artist to listen to before a game? Like who gets you right?
Um, for sure, B Miles every
Shout out to
time.
B Miles. B Miles had game too. Like people forget, yo, he was a sniper. He was a
Facts,
sniper. You feel
facts.
me? He always hit threes for y'all. Y'all had a solid squad at St. E's. Like, and I
Yeah.
meant to ask you this earlier. It's a little off topic, but like, it was crazy how St. E's won, and that was their less talented team within the last
Right.
5. It was like Chop, Nasir, Justin, but it was like, yo, y'all was 3 times better than them, yo.
Exactly.
Yo, the
And
smoke
that
there.
just show you how Delaware talent kind of went down.
Yeah, the talent went down, and then also it was just like a lot of people underestimated them. Like I know Smyrna
Yeah.
was not worried about that. Like they thought they
Mm-hmm.
had it in the bag, and
Exactly.
and they came to play. What was that feeling like when you seen them win? Like guys, like little, like literally
Right, my
Jordan's
young
little
boys
brother, like
like
yeah, your young boys, like yo.
yeah.
It was like they was watching you play when you was at St. E's.
Right.
What did it feel like seeing them win that championship?
I was happy for them boys. I hit them up. I hit Justin up. I hit Chopper. Congratulated them on winning it. I couldn't tune in because I don't know why. Like I wasn't even at the crib, so I just found out somebody hit me up from St. E's, and my little cousin go to St. E's too. Like both of
Mm-hmm.
them, like a family thing now. Like so they was all excited. They was hitting me up. Guess who won? Guess who won at the Bob? You left us. Look, they hit me. You left us, man. All that. I'm like, man, congratulations. I had to do what I had to do, but congrats to
Right,
y'all. Like,
right.
yeah,
Back to the questions. Who was your favorite player growing up?
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson, Bubba Chuck. That's a good one. Who was one of the most underrated players that you played with? Like somebody who doesn't get the recognition they probably deserve, but like it's really nice.
Man, I would have to say my brother. He never went
Mm,
to like a real school to like
right.
showcase his talent. But my brother for sure more. Yeah, he's a hooper. He be hooping, but a lot of people don't know that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember you brought him a couple times to work out with us when we was working out early in the morning. He went to Hudson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was
He
like,
couldn't even hoop there because he was getting in trouble at the time. I there was a lot going on with us, so like he was getting in
right,
trouble and all type of stuff, so he couldn't hoop. But
right.
yeah,
Who's the best defender that you went up against? Somebody that just had, locks.
Somebody that had logs. Mm, Nobody.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, nobody.
Now, what's the most someone has scored on you?
Talk about this, but this year, last year, dude Jackson, man, from UTSA, he was
Ooh.
45. He was 45.
Yeah, 45.
He was 45, man. Don't mind. Don't wait. Before everybody get this out there, he had 45. They won by two in OT or like four or something like that. OT. I
Right.
was hooping too though. We lost. Man, we lost, but I was hooping too. I had 30.
I was gonna say that's the
He
game
had
you had 30. I think I just read that.
yeah, but he had 45. Like it's like he
Uh
was hooping. Like he's a elite scorer. He's a professional scorer.
is he like a shooter or he get to the rack or he do everything?
He do everything. He's like 5'10". He different. He
He
different.
different. I gotta look him
I ain't
up.
even gonna hold you.
I never
Yeah.
even heard of him. I gotta look him up. And now, what's the best? I know you played on some stacked teams, but what's the best team you played on? Whether it's high school, college, or AAU. Like, what's the team where you was like, yo, we stacked, we loaded?
That best prep international.
That API in Dallas.
Yeah, that wasn't no game.
Right,
Them
right, right.
the practices was harder than the games. Like,
And talk about because
man,
I argue people with this to this day. Like, people don't understand how good Trey Duvall is. And they don't
hmm
understand, like, yo, if he's not in the league, then a lot of people who think they might go to the league,
man,
they don't got a shot
right,
because
right,
he is
right,
that great, yo.
right,
Like like
man,
like talk about Trey and how like because I like he one of them people like if you know like but he can like literally dribble full speed while going full speed, which is crazy.
but have it
Like
on the string. It's on the string every time
right,
too.
right.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know how he's not in the league. It's mind boggling to me. Like, I can't even lie to you. Like, that's something that I would never expect it. But he's gonna be back in the league. I'm not even worried about that. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It was tough going against him every day in practice. Like, he was showing out. So it's like, and I'm not. I'm the person. I'm the type of person that's gonna be like, yeah, I want to stop him. Like, so I'm at him. I'm at him every day in practice, and he had me. So it was just helping me out in so many ways. And I was just thankful to have that experience.
Yo, it's crazy, and people are just like constantly criticizing him. But I'm gonna get him on the show. Shout out to Trey, man. That's my guy right there. I know he's gonna get back in the league soon. But what age did you get your first dunk?
Eighth grade,
8th grade.
eighth grade at Gunnar Bedford. Yeah,
Okay. What did y'all have a team at Gunnar Bedford?
yeah, we was all right. It was me, Kyson. Well, Kyson got kicked off, but it was me, Kyson. I can't remember everybody else. You probably wouldn't even remember them like that they
Okay.
even hoop. Yeah.
Um, and last question: what advice would you give to the younger generation to get where you're at now with basketball?
My advice would be if you want some, no matter what happens on the road to get there, no matter what, because it's going to be a lot that happens. So you just got to stay the course. And I'm really a witness to what I'm saying. Like, I
Right.
went to school after school after school. I went to JUCO. Like, I don't think there's many more places you can go besides that. Then I went D1. So it's like, if you really want to do something with yourself and you really want to get to where you want to get, do that. You could do it. And no matter what no one else says, no matter how anyone else feels about it, you could do it if you want to do it. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, so many people, counting me out. They counted me out at every school, almost every school I've been to. You know what I'm saying? And some of it was my fault. You know what I'm saying? Some of it was definitely my fault. But I ended up getting to where I wanted to get to, and I still got so much to prove. So it's like, just stay the
Right.
course. Yeah.
Right. And people, especially once you leave your home state and you go somewhere to try to get better, people forget how good you really are. Cause that's why I always made it a point like, yo, I gotta make sure Malik play in the Cecil Classic. because we
Right. And
arguing who the
they
best.
like, dang,
We arguing about who the
right.
best in the state, and they leaving him out.
Right. It's like, look, like they ain't seen me play since
10th grade.
Eve. You feel me? Like
She was like
it's
15.
crazy. Right, exactly. Like they didn't see me play since 15. Now they tune in. Now they hit me up like I knew you was gonna be like that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, nah, it's cool. Stay where you at. It's fine. You're not
Right.
affecting me any type of way. I'm a hoop whether you think I'm like that or not. Like
Right, and just to see your game develop, because a lot of it was your body maturing, and then you got stronger, and then you started adding on the skill, like your jumper got more consistent and stuff like that. So it was like it all came together, you
mm-hmm.
know, at the right time. So it's good to see where you at now, especially being the path that you went through, all the things, from your dad passing away, growing up in Wilmington, transferring to different schools. Like a lot of people having a child, like a lot of people can't make it through that. Like, not even
All
just
that.
like
Right.
playing basketball, just regular. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But you, on top of that, you playing basketball is just a testimony to your character. So I wanted to make sure you know that, and share your story. That's why I made sure you got on the show, because it's like you don't understand how many people go through that, unfortunately, and they don't make it out. Like they don't get to
Exactly.
that D1 level. When now you got
Mm-hmm.
a state of the art training facility. Y'all, well, probably not this year, but y'all got a crazy packed stadium.
Right.
You got a blue check now on Instagram.
Right.
You up now, but it's like, yo,
I got a shout out. I got to shout out Mom Dukes. I have to shout out Mom Dukes because without her,
right.
I don't know where I would have been. You know what I'm saying? Without her, that's my everything. For I got to shout out her. Yeah.
Right. Well, I appreciate you taking time coming out on the show today, bro. I know it's been a while. We were supposed to do this, but we finally got it in, and
Man, great conversation, man.
for
Yeah, great
sure
talk.
that, and I wish you the best this upcoming last year. I know COVID. Hopefully, I could sneak up to a game. You ain't too far from me, but man, I wish you the best of luck, man. Thank you for coming through.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.